This could be you, the moment discipline replaces excuses. There comes a moment in every man's life when explanation ends and truth begins. Not the comfortable truth, not the flattering truth. The kind of truth that stands still and stares back at you. This is one of those moments. Not because someone else achieved something remarkable, but because you already know what you have been avoiding. I want to begin with a confession, not to impress you, not to inspire you, but to make something unmistakably clear. At the beginning of this year, I gave myself a goal that sounded irrational, unrealistic, and borderline foolish. I decided to turn 100,000 failures into success. Not followers, not likes, failures. At the time, I had no roadmap, no guarantees, no audience. Just an idea and a decision. For months, nothing moved. No momentum, no validation, only silence. And that silence is where most people quit. They quit not because the goal is impossible, but because progress doesn't announce itself. It whispers, and impatient men cannot hear whispers. Then one day, without ceremony, without confidence, the first action was taken. One video, one commitment honored. And in 104 days, that decision became a reality. But listen carefully. The success is not the point. The silver play button is not the message. The message is what was engraved on it. This could be you. Not this could be me. Not this is luck. Not this is talent. This could be you. Not because you are special, but because you are capable. This isn't about YouTube. It isn't about numbers. It isn't about recognition. It's about something far more dangerous. It's about the realization that your life is not limited by circumstances. It is limited by obedience. You already know what to do. You always have. The plan has been sitting in your mind for years. The discipline you avoid is the discipline that would free you. The habit you delay is the habit that would change everything. And the reason you haven't moved forward is not confusion. It's negotiation. You negotiate with your feelings. You negotiate with comfort. You negotiate with fatigue. And every negotiation ends the same way, with your future paying the price. Let me tell you something that most men never hear plainly. Your emotions are not advisors, they are weather. They change without permission. They come and go without warning. And if you let them decide your actions, your life becomes unstable by design. Bright one day, dark the next, and always unpredictable. You don't lack motivation. You lack command. You don't lack knowledge. You lack obedience. The man you could have been is not lost in one catastrophic failure. He is lost in 1,000 small betrayals. Moments when you knew exactly what to do and chose comfort instead. Moments when you promised yourself discipline and postponed it for tomorrow. Moments when you felt the pull of greatness, unmuted it with distraction, and you called it being human. But your results call it something else. Here is the truth no one wants to admit. Greatness is built in rooms when no one is watching. Late nights, quiet mornings, uncelebrated effort. That is where character is forged. When applause is absent, you find out who is truly in control. Your purpose or your impulses. The world praises visible victories, but real victory happens in secrecy. It happens when you keep the appointment with your future self, even when no one will clap for you. You will be tired. You will be unmotivated. You will doubt yourself. Good, Because discipline is not designed for your best days. It exists for your worst ones. If you only follow the plan when it feels good, you don't have a plan. You have a wish. And wishes do not build destinies. Somewhere ahead of you is a version of yourself living the consequences of what you do today. Not metaphorically, neurologically, habit by habit, decision by decision. That future version is either grateful for your discipline or disgusted by your excuses. There is no neutral outcome. The subconscious records repetition. Repetition becomes identity. Identity becomes fate. So the question is no longer, what do you want? The real question is, who are you training yourself to become? A man who obeys only when conditions are perfect. A man who works only when praised. A man who quits when excitement fades. Or a man who can be relied upon. A man who honors his word, especially when it is inconvenient. A man who does not require inspiration to produce discipline. A man who understands that freedom is born from order. In this series, you will not be entertained. You will be instructed. You will learn how to act when you do not feel like it. How to silence the inner negotiator. How to command your attention. How to turn obedience into identity. But understand this clearly. This only works if you listen like a man receiving orders, not like someone seeking motivation. Because motivation fades, law remains. Your future is not built by your strongest emotions. It is built by your smallest decisions repeated until they become nature. So before we continue, here is your first test. For the next moments, do not drift. Do not half listen. Do not scroll mentally. Give this your full attention, as if your entire future was sitting across from you at the table. Because in truth, it is the law of obedience why most men never rise. Understand this first, or nothing else will work. Your greatest enemy is not lack of talent. It is not lack of opportunity. It is not lack of intelligence. Your greatest enemy is disobedience to what you already know. Every man knows what must be done to improve his life. He knows the hour he should rise. He knows the habits he should stop. He knows the work he has been postponing. He knows the discipline he avoids namming. Knowledge has never been rare. Obedience is. Knowledge without obedience is vanity. It flatters the intellect while starving the will. It allows a man to speak like a leader while living like a servant to his moods. The true divide between men is not belief, it is follow-through. Watch closely and you will see it everywhere. The weak man treats his decisions as suggestions. He debates every command he gives himself. He negotiates with comfort. He consults fatigue. He asks permission from emotion. By morning, he is undecided. By afternoon, distracted. By night, regretful. His mind is not a command center. It is a parliament of excuses. One voice proposes action. Another argues delay. Fear postpones. Comfort vetoes. And conscience records the defeat. Such a man does not need more motivation. He needs law. The strong man understands something simple and brutal. A decision is only real when it is obeyed. He does not wait to feel ready. He does not ask if the mood is right. He does not revisit yesterday's choice every morning. He decides once and obeys. Obedience is not punishment. It is protection. It protects the mind from chaos. It shields energy from waste. It eliminates the fatigue of endless debate. Most men are not tired because they work too hard. They are tired because they think too much about whether they will work. Indecision drains more energy than labor ever will. To decide once and obey that decision is to reclaim years of wasted strength. There is a law in this world that cannot be negotiated. Energy flows toward definiteness. The moment you issue a clear command to yourself and refuse to revoke it, the machinery of your mind begins to align. But when you command in the morning and cancel by noon, you train your subconscious to distrust you. Say, "I'll start tomorrow" enough times, and eventually your mind stops listening altogether. Discipline is not a mood. It is obedience to a previous decision, long after the emotion that inspired it has vanished. This is the moment where life simplifies. You stop asking, "Do I feel like it?" and begin declaring, "It is already decided." History is built by men who understood this. When Henry Ford demanded the creation of the V8 engine, his engineers insisted it was impossible. They brought calculations. They brought logic. They brought proof. Ford listened and repeated one command: "Build it." They returned again. Same objections. Same doubts. "Build it." Months passed. Reality bent. The impossible yielded not to enthusiasm, but to unwavering command. That is obedience. Every man contains two voices. One commands, the other negotiates. The weak man makes the fatal mistake of negotiating with rebellion. The strong man gives it no audience. He issues his order and turns his back. He understands that the mind, once starved of indulgence, learns obedience. But obedience must begin small. The mind is like an undisciplined animal. It must be trained, not inspired. Choose one command and follow it without exception. Rise at the same hour each day. Honor it without delay. Read your chief aim aloud morning and night. Complete one small task daily regardless of fatigue. Do not add more until this becomes law. One act of obedience proves power. Daily obedience makes it permanent. Thomas Edison understood this. The world called him a genius. He called himself a man of habit. Failure never altered his routine. Disappointment never changed his schedule. He arrived at the same hour, worked the same process, refused the indulgence of discouragement. To him, success was not inspiration. It was obedience repeated until results appeared. The average man waits decades to feel ready. He calls it patience. It is cowardice disguised as prudence. There is no right time. The time becomes right the moment obedience begins. Every delay weakens the bridge between thought and action. Every broken promise teaches the mind to doubt your word. Confidence cannot survive in such soil. Confidence grows only in men who obey themselves. Emotion is weather. Law is climate. The disciplined man lives by climate. He does not change course because of rain. He does not abandon the plan because of boredom. Emotion visits. Obedience remains. This is the paradox the undisciplined never understand. Obedience creates freedom. The man who obeys his plan is free from impulse, free from mood, free from excuse. The man who refuses obedience is enslaved to appetite, opinion, and delay. Delay is the quietest thief. It steals in small amounts, until one day the vault is empty and the years are gone. Ask yourself honestly, How many years have already vanished this way? Obedience is not harshness. It is mercy. It removes confusion. It eliminates negotiation. It replaces chaos with direction. A river without banks becomes a flood. A life without rule becomes waste. Say this until it becomes instinct. My decisions are orders. My word is command. Obedience is freedom. Repeat it when strong. Repeat it when weak. Repeat it when you fail. Because repetition carves identity. When obedience becomes habit, force disappears. You no longer try to be disciplined. You simply act according to who you are. And a man who has conquered himself can no longer be conquered by the world. The economy of energy, why the focused man always wins. Every man wakes each morning with a limited supply of strength. Physical strength, mental strength, spiritual strength. Some spend it recklessly before breakfast. Others guard it like gold and invest it toward a single aim. This difference determines everything. Success is not awarded to the man with the most energy. It is awarded to the man who wastes the least. Most men do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they leak power. Their attention is scattered. Their emotions fluctuate. Their minds jump from task to task without finishing one. They call it being busy. But busyness is often the most respectable form of waste. A man's true wealth is not the hours he works, but the hours that work for him. There is a law governing all power. What is concentrated grows. What is divided dies. The same electricity that lights a city can kill a man when condensed to a single point. So it is with the mind. Concentration turns ordinary effort into force. Distraction turns potential into exhaustion. Most men live in dispersion, thinking of one thing while doing another, talking about progress while drifting backward. Discipline is the art of conserving power. Each moment of indecision drains vitality. Each emotional reaction burns fuel without movement. This is why the disciplined man appears calm while others burn out. He does not waste energy on reaction. He spends it on creation. Emotional decision-making is the most expensive habit on earth. It spends willpower like a gambler spends money, impulsively, blindly, and regretfully. Feelings lend energy for a moment, then demand payment in exhaustion. The disciplined man refuses that debt. He treats emotion as a spark, not as a steering wheel. Picture two men in a forge. The first swings his hammer wildly, chasing sparks. Noise fills the room. His blows are loud, uneven, exhausting. The second lifts his hammer slowly and strikes with precision, again and again. Quiet, measured, relentless. At the end of the day, only one holds a finished blade. The world praises passion. Life rewards precision. The emotional man begins many things with enthusiasm and finishes none. The disciplined man begins quietly and finishes everything. That which looks slow is often fastest, because it wastes nothing. This is the law of the straight line. Every distraction bends the path. Every detour steals energy. The man who moves directly from decision to action gains momentum others never feel. Andrew Carnegie lived by one question: does this advance my chief aim? If yes, act. If not, discard without regret. That single filter saved him decades. Overthinking masquerades as intelligence. In truth, it is fear wearing a suit. Thinking belongs to planning. Once the plan exists, thought must serve action. Reflection becomes resistance when it delays execution. You can exhaust yourself doing nothing. Many men go to bed drained after a day of inner debate. No labor, no progress, only tension. It was not work that tired them. It was resistance to work. The undisciplined man burns willpower on small battles. When to rise, what to start, how long to continue. The disciplined man decides once and removes the question forever. Routine becomes his servant. Repetition, properly understood, is not monotony. It is efficiency. The novice despises repetition. The master reveres it. A pianist repeats scales not for applause, but for mastery. Each repetition saves future effort. Edison's laboratory was a temple of order. Inspiration was welcome, but never awaited. He obeyed process, and process rewarded him. Boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the doorway to mastery. There is peace in knowing exactly what must be done. Energy returns when friction disappears. Nature itself runs on rhythm. The sun does not debate rising. The tides do not question timing. Only man rebels against his own order, and then wonders why his life feels chaotic. Say this until it governs your mind. I do not argue with my duties. Order saves my strength. Energy obeys direction. A man without a hierarchy of values cannot focus. He chases everything and builds nothing. The mature mind selects one aim and sacrifices everything else to it. Fatigue comes from division, not effort. Purpose cures weariness. The calm man accomplishes more because he wastes nothing. Others mistake this calm for indifference. It is mastery. While others panic, he proceeds. While others plan endlessly, he executes. The crowd moves constantly, but progresses rarely. One step with purpose outweighs a mile of confusion. Efficiency breeds serenity. When the mind stops scattering, peace descends. You must choose impulse or lure, reaction or order. Trying to serve both tiers, a man in two. Inspiration is a visitor. Routine is a fortress. The man who waits to feel inspired will remain a beginner forever. The man who obeys a schedule invites inspiration to follow. Structure does not imprison power. It channels it. Frequency beats intensity. Consistency defeats brilliance. The world praises sprinters. Life rewards marathoners. Guard your focus as you would guard your fortune. When fatigue appears, do not flee your plan. Realign with it. Clarity restores what rest alone cannot. He who masters 1 hour of focus gains the force of 10. This is not poetry. It is arithmetic. Waste less and you will become unstoppable. This is the second great law of power, the economy of energy. The disciplined man spends strength like gold. He wastes none, and in time he gains everything. The judgment of the future self, the court you cannot escape. There is a man watching you. He does not speak. He does not interrupt. He does not negotiate. He records. That man is your future self. He lives in the house your habits are building. He wears the body your discipline or neglect is shaping. He carries the confidence or the regret that your daily choices are manufacturing right now. And he will judge you, not with emotion, with consequence. Every time you delay what you know must be done, you send him a bill. Every time you obey the plan when it hurts, you send him protection. This is not philosophy. This is law. The future does not arrive suddenly. It accumulates. One ignored alarm. One skipped workout. One postponed task. One excuse dressed as rest. None of them seem dangerous alone. Together, they become a life. Most men think failure comes from one great disaster. They are wrong. Failure comes from 1,000 small pardons you grant yourself. You do not ruin your life in a single decision. You erode it by repeatedly choosing comfort over command. The subconscious mind keeps perfect records. It does not forget what you promised. It does not forget what you avoided. It does not forget what you justified. And when the moment comes, when opportunity appears or pressure arrives, it does not ask what you want. It responds with what you have trained. That is why some men rise under pressure and others collapse. Not because of courage, because of habit. Your future self is not an idea. He is a consequence. He will wake up one day with the confidence you earned or the insecurity you rehearsed. He will face challenges with strength you built or weakness you tolerated. And when he looks back, he will know exactly where it went wrong. There is no mystery in regret. Regret is clarity that arrived too late. Men say, "I don't know how my life ended up like this." But they do know. They remember the days they negotiated instead of obeyed. They remember the mornings they delayed instead of rose. They remember the plans they respected only when it was convenient. The future self never forgets. That is why discipline is not harshness. It is mercy, delayed mercy. You are not being cruel to yourself when you follow the plan on your worst days. You are rescuing the man you will become from a life of apology. Picture two versions of yourself 10 years from now. One stands straight, eyes clear, voice calm, life ordered. He says nothing, but his presence thanks you. The other avoids his own reflection. He knows he had time. He knows he had knowledge. He knows he delayed. That silence is heavier than words. Every day you vote for one of these men. There is no neutral vote. You either strengthen discipline or you strengthen excuse. You either train obedience or you train avoidance. And whichever you train will command you later. This is why motivation is irrelevant. Motivation is emotion. Emotion does not survive time. Only law survives time. The plan exists not for your best days, but for your worst ones. Anyone can act when inspired. Only disciplined men act when uninspired. The plan is a bridge built for emotional storms. If you abandon it when the water rises, you never had a plan, only a wish. And wishes do not protect futures. Somewhere ahead of you, your future self is standing in a moment that matters. A decision, a test, an opportunity. He will respond exactly as you trained him to respond. If you train delay, he will hesitate. If you trained obedience, he will move. This is why small acts matter. The day you follow the plan when no one sees, that day echoes forward. The day you quit quietly, that day echoes too. Time is an amplifier. It multiplies whatever you feed it. Feed it discipline and it returns power. Feed it excuse and it returns regret. Men who drift believe time is forgiving. It is not. Time is exact. It does not punish. It delivers. You cannot talk your way out of the future. You cannot explain your way out of consequences. The only language time understands is behavior. And now listen carefully. Your future self does not need you to be perfect. He needs you to be reliable. One command kept daily outweighs 1,000 intentions broken. You do not need intensity. You need continuity. You do not need inspiration. You need obedience. So act today as if the man you will become is watching, because he is. He is either preparing to thank you or preparing to live with what you refused to do. Choose carefully, because once this day passes, it never returns. If this section hit you, prove it. Like this video as a public decision to stop negotiating with yourself. Subscribe, because discipline requires an environment, not willpower. Share this with someone who keeps delaying their potential. And comment only this: I obey the plans. No excuses. No explanations. Declarations build identity. Silencing the inner negotiator, the voice that ruins futures. There is a voice inside you that has ended more dreams than failure ever has. It does not shout. It reasons. It sounds intelligent. It sounds compassionate. It sounds like you. That voice is the negotiator. It never tells you to quit forever. It tells you to delay just this once. Not today. Not now. After this break. After this comfort. After tomorrow. And every time you listen, it grows stronger. The negotiator is not your enemy because it hates you. It is your enemy because it protects comfort at the expense of destiny. It does not argue against your goals. It argues against your timing. That is why it is so dangerous. It speaks when discipline is required most. It appears when resistance rises. It offers logic when obedience is demanded. And most men mistake it for wisdom. Understand this law clearly. Any voice that questions a decision after it has been made is rebellion. The moment you decided your plan, debate ended. Revisiting that decision daily is not reflection. It is erosion. The negotiator thrives on emotional language. You're tired. You deserve rest. One day won't matter. You can make it up later. These phrases sound harmless. They are not. They are small permissions that destroy consistency. No empire ever fell in one night. It collapsed one compromised decision at a time. The negotiator trains you to betray yourself politely. It turns discipline into cruelty, comfort into necessity, delay into virtue. And the most dangerous part, it always feels reasonable. This is why strong men do not argue with themselves. They issue commands and move. They understand that self-command is not harshness, it is leadership. A leader does not debate orders with his emotions. He gives direction and expects execution. The man who negotiates with himself lives in permanent friction. Every task becomes a discussion. Every commitment becomes conditional. And friction drains power faster than labor. Decisiveness is not aggression. It is mercy. When you decide once and act, the mind relaxes. There is no tension, no inner courtroom, just motion. The negotiator cannot survive in clarity. It feeds on ambiguity. That is why the first rule of killing it is finality. When you decide completely. No backup plans for weakness. No emotional escape hatches. Say this internally and mean it. This is already decided. Then move. At first, the negotiator will protest loudly. It has been in charge for years. It does not surrender quietly. It will increase volume. Increase logic. Increase emotion. Do not respond. Silence starves rebellion. Every time you obey without discussion, you weaken it. Every time you hesitate, you feed it. The negotiator cannot survive consistency. It thrives in exception. This is why discipline must be boring. Drama fuels negotiation. Routine kills it. Strong men structure their lives not to inspire themselves, but to remove choice. Choice is expensive. The fewer decisions you make, the stronger you become. This is why successful men wake at the same hour, work at the same time, train at the same rhythm. They are not rigid. They are free. Freedom is not doing what you feel like. Freedom is not having to feel like it. The negotiator wants novelty. Discipline wants progress. One creates motion. The other creates direction. When you remove choice, you remove resistance. And when resistance disappears, consistency becomes effortless. This is where identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries. You become someone who does. Trying negotiates. Doing executes. Say this until it becomes instinct. I do not negotiate with weakness. Weakness is allowed to exist, but never to command. You do not eliminate emotion. You demote it. Emotion becomes feedback, not leadership. There will be days when you feel nothing. Days when discipline feels heavy. Days when boredom screams. Those days are the most valuable, because obedience without emotion trains identity faster than any success ever could. Success can lie to you. Discomfort cannot. When you obey in silence, you build real power. The negotiator will promise relief, but relief purchased by delay becomes regret. Short-term comfort always charges long-term interest. The disciplined man pays the cost up front and walks free later. This is the trade. Pain now or pain later. Discipline now or regret later. There is no third option. Once you accept this, negotiation ends. The voice may still speak, but it will no longer command. You will move anyway. And one day, quietly, without drama, you will realize something terrifying. The negotiator is gone. Not silenced, irrelevant. You no longer ask if you feel like it. You act because it is who you are. This is the moment most men never reach. The moment when discipline becomes identity. And identity does not negotiate. If this exposed you, act now. Like this video as proof you are done negotiating. Subscribe because identity requires reinforcement. Share this with someone still trapped in excuses. And comment, no more negotiation. Write it, mean it, live it. Listen carefully. Nothing changes after this video unless you change. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when motivation comes back. Now, you already know what you need to do. You are not confused. You are not unprepared. You are not missing information. You are missing execution. And from this moment forward, that excuse is dead. Your future does not need another promise. It needs obedience. Discipline is not something you wait to feel. It is something you decide to become. From today on, you stop asking how you feel. You stop negotiating with comfort. You stop explaining your delays. You move because that is who you are now. Every day you show up, even when it's boring. Especially when it's hard. Especially when no one is watching. Because greatness is built in silence. No applause, no validation, no shortcuts, just work, done daily, done relentlessly. And one day, without warning, the world will notice. Not because you talked about change, but because you became undeniable. Remember this: weak men wait for motivation. Strong men move without it. Unstoppable men never stop. This is your line in the sand. Step forward or stay exactly where you are. The choice ends here. If this message hit you, prove it. Like this video to lock the decision. Subscribe because discipline must be reinforced daily. Share this with someone still lying to themselves. And comment, "I move without excuses." Write it. Own it. Live it. Now go.